Buenas noches, fuckers. What's that?
Hey, Paul.
Hey, mate.
Are you recording a TikTok?
I am.
Like currently?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you like, is it recording?
Yep.
Oh, you're doing an experiment?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right, mate. Hang on, I'll pause it.
Thank you, sorry.
And take two, without the teenager. That. Right? What's that? Light. We are seeing that at a distance, right? It's not a case of photons travel to the mirror, bounce off of the mirror, and then come back to the camera. And to me, I can see the flashlight in the mirror from here. If light is radiating and it's powerful enough to reach somewhere, that light will reach to wherever it's going at absolute speed. It will just be there. It doesn't take time to radiate anywhere. If it's going to reach somewhere, it is basically there as soon as it switches on, right? Where is your evidence? The biggest one, again, is the moon and the sun in the solar eclipse, right? If I cover that up and like that, you will never see a delay. If a supernova goes off in the sky, a star we cannot see, bang, it will just appear as soon as it switches on. If we are going to see it, we're going to see it as soon as it switches on. But how does light get to the other side? How does light go from here to here? It's not even a case of it going from here to here. It's bright, it's light, it's just there. Any shadow created by a light source, the three things will forever, always be in line. Right? All joking aside, I very much doubt it's a measurable quantity. They have turned the speed of light into a whole science. That is not accurate because everybody can see what is happening during a solar eclipse. Look at footage. Tell yourself that there is a delay. It's so illogical. It's about trusting your own judgment. 4.6 seconds for the sun to radiate its light the distance of its diameter. Folks, lately, for me, from where I am, it seems like every time I talk about gravity and how the moon has nothing to do with the water on Earth, people come back, they cannot accept it. No, it does. It does. It's what we've been taught. There's a pattern. Folks, there is no pattern whatsoever to be found. When the moon is orbiting Earth, it's orbiting us, they say, around the equator at a distance of 30 Earth diameters away from us. The moon is 30 Earth diameters away from us. And you're telling me that as it swings around, it's dragging all of the water as we spin, right? And that water just so happens to everywhere, all over the planet, have different high tide times, different low tides, different outgoing, incoming tides. In one country, here in Australia, you can have, it's all happening right now. right? High tides, low tides, in between, dropping, rising, all around, right? That straight away doesn't sound like a pattern that would coincide with what we're being told with the moon, right? Secondly, the tide coming up and at the top of the tide, up to an hour. The neap tide, where it just comes to a stop, a standstill, no currents when the fish don't bite. Sometimes they do. And half an hour, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and then it drops, but goes back the same way that it came in from. Again, bulge, would it not follow the moon? Yeah, it would. If it's along the equator, would you not think that the bulge, the majority of the water action, would be equatorial? Yes, you would, if you had any common sense, but it doesn't. The four highest tides, once again, we have the Bay of Fundy, Nova Scotia, we have Ungava Bay in Quebec, we have the Bristol Channel comes third in the UK, and then we have the Cook Inlet in Alaska, right? Up there. Look where they are. There, 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 and there. The equator is there. So why are the four highest tides on Earth all a long way away from where the bulge is supposed to be? And then number 5, Los Gallegos, southern Argentina. Go figure. Anybody who thinks that the moon has something to do with the water, the tides, after hearing what I just said, it means you are either not listening to me because you're convinced I'm a conspiracy theorist and everything I say is just rubbish, right? Or you can't even make sense of the words that are coming out of my mouth. I'm just talking gibberish, which is sometimes the impression that I get with some of the comments. What is this guy talking about? And I'm talking quite clear with logic, structured, common sense, bang, bang, bang. 1 + 1 = 2. And people are going, nah, what's this guy on about? Freaking conspiracy theories. Nah, there is gravity in the moon. No. It is one of the biggest closed cases that we have. There is no way that the moon has anything to do with any of the movement of water on Earth. It's a slam dunk. It's impossible. Not to mention that anywhere where there is a high tide, the moon doesn't necessarily have to be there. Don't forget, there are high tides right now all over the planet. All over the planet, everywhere. Highs, lows, in-betweens. There is only one moon. So where's the pattern there? If the moon is above a high tide, it is purely a coincidence. Even NASA says that, right? It seems like every time I do something like this, the next day, a couple of days after, at least on TikTok, bang, there is somebody to say otherwise, right? It's good. Honestly, it means I'm doing the right thing, because all this stuff comes back trying to suggest that I am telling porkies and that it can happen, that Jupiter and Io did happen. One of my followers, thanks up, at Paul Russell, bing, bing, on TikTok, takes me straight to a guy claiming that he has an image with his telescope of Jupiter and Io. And he's fast forwarding with the arrow back and forth, going, look, I captured Io, it's going behind Jupiter. And he brings it out, like the arrow, zoop, and it goes, from the other side, comes out and goes, zoop. And then he fast forwards, and it goes, zoop, and it hides behind Jupiter again. Loads of people commenting, oh, loving it, loving it. What camera, what telescope, no. Folks, now this is what I mean about common sense and logic, and a little bit of depth in the things that we know, right? Number one, Io. Jupiter has a diameter of approximately 143,000 kilometers. Io has a diameter of approximately 3,630 kilometers, I believe. If we divide Jupiter's diameter by Io's diameter, 39 point something. So Jupiter is 39 times the diameter of Io. Now, look at that. We're going to pretend that that is Jupiter right now, okay? That sun is Jupiter. Now, what we're looking for is a red dot. There it is. That, folks, is to scale Io and Jupiter. Now, do you see what I mean? That's number one. So this guy has got a planet 5 times the size of that, a moon. And he's going, zip, zip, and it's going, oh, look what I captured, zip, Io, to suggest that, yes, you can. He did, Roma. London kiss. No, he didn't. That is number one. Number two, Io takes 42 hours to orbit Jupiter. 42 hours. That means that what that guy was showing with the and Io going hiding and then coming back out and hiding, it was about a quarter of the orbit, we could say, coming out to here. That would be another quarter, and then behind. So he was showing about 1/4 of a moon's orbit around Jupiter, hiding behind and then coming back out, coming to here. That is a 10 to 11 hour period, time lapse. No. Number three, do we know how far away Io orbits Jupiter? Approximately 420,000 kilometers away. That is, give or take, 3 Jupiter diameters. So Io is orbiting Jupiter 3 Jupiter diameters away from Jupiter. So what we're going to do is look for another red dot. See that red dot there? Well, that is to scale, give or take a gnat's whisker, and so is the distance that it orbits Jupiter at. If Jupiter were the sun, there. Now, and that guy was going, look, I captured Io, and it was going, no, it would have been back there, and it would have been going, it's there, and then back, 420,000 kilometers back, like it would be here. This is Io. This is the orbit. Three things without even trying. And this is what I mean by people just believe anything because they don't have any depth in what they know. They see something and believe it. They don't know any better. It's driving me crazy because you cannot save everyone. Phelps, swimming across the globe with 2 canoes as backup to feed him anchovies and tuna as he swims 40,000 kilometers, if it were round. I wonder if he's swimming in the direction of the spin. Would that give him like a tail boost? You wouldn't think he'd swim against the swim. We must ask those people what they think. Folks, there is so much out there. And the reason it is out there and in such large quantities is so that people are confused. People don't know what's important, what isn't important. People do not know what is real, what isn't real, what's possible, what is possible. And it's a jungle out there. Me, my common sense, I feel, is as intact as anybody else's, as much as it could be, because I've always trusted my own judgment. Bang! No, light is absolute. There is no delay. That stuff. Moon landings, comms to Mars, voyages. Bing! We're okay. Was it 20 hours later? NASA. Oh, look, Voyager's gotten back to us. Oh, Voyager, we're going to have to turn your something off just to preserve your battery for another 2 years, because it's only been 49 or 47 and we want to keep you going for just another couple of years until you reach spot X. So turn off your AC. 20 hours later, Voyager 1 or Voyager 2, ding, oh, NASA's got back to me. Turn off my, okay, with its 1970s hardware. This stuff. If we believe that, right, this is the wrong page for you, because that defies logic and common sense. Radio waves, I think we'll find when all the dust has settled, just same as light. If you're within range, you can hear a broadcast, a signal. If you're out of range, have we not all experienced it? Oh shit, I'm out of range. I've got no signal. If it's finite and it just keeps on going, like to Mars, why would we even ever need so many, even one tower? One would be enough, because it would just keep going towards us at the speed of light, wouldn't it? It's ridiculous. Light is absolute. You cannot separate any of the light being radiated here now from the light source. I turn off, it goes, disappears. The bigger and more powerful the light source, the further it will radiate at absolute speed. That, we look at the sun, there's light everywhere. It doesn't matter where you look in between. If the sun is out, it's a sunny day, the light is everywhere. Sun turns off, it would be just like this. It's almost, it doesn't matter how big an area is being lit up or how far away anyone is from a light source. If you can see it, you're seeing it because it is powerful enough to be detected, like the sun. Bulb, the bigger it is, the further it will radiate its light. But when it goes off, it doesn't matter how far away it is, it's absolute light. It goes out when the light source turns off. With everything that we see, everything that we know, it may not sound like logic, but using that logic, you try to find anything that contradicts what I've just said, anywhere. But don't say things like Roma or fit so, because those are myths. I'm talking about stuff we can see. They say that we can never detect a light delay on Earth because it's too fast. We need a further distance, even at 299, which is a slug's pace compared to actual light speed. The only instance we have is the solar eclipse. And for some reason, people are convinced there is a light delay, even though there clearly isn't. There must be a as many people, probably more people, who don't even ever take any note of speed of light, of this stuff, right? They have no idea. You ask those people, where is the sun during a solar eclipse? Ask them, do you know about speed of light stuff? If they go, yeah, oh yeah, 299, then that's not the person. You need somebody, grown up, adult, with some common sense, and just ask them, do you understand about all the speed of light? If they say, I haven't got a clue, what is it? Just say, during a solar eclipse, where do you think the sun is? Every single one of those people will tell you it's behind the moon. If you ask them if there was a light delay, they'll probably think you're nuts. You ask any young child before they've started taking physics and science classes, where is the sun during a solar eclipse? And that child will also say, it's behind the moon. There's no doubt about it. But why are you asking me this, you silly adult? It's the school and education that teaches the light delay, but there isn't one. I'm talking to a guy on YouTube right now, probably one of the biggest, longest, one of them that I've ever done, going back and forth. I can never tell if they're just stringing me along to waste my time. I don't think this guy is. At the end of his last couple of paragraphs, he said, I could lean towards what you're saying if somebody else backed you up, like a professor or a retired teacher or something. He would then believe me. But right there, and that was the last thing that I wrote to him. I said, you're missing the point by a mile. I said, so what you're saying is, you kind of see what I'm saying, but you're having trouble believing me, but you would believe me if somebody else believable, credible, who you think is more credible than what I am, what I'm saying, I get that. If they believed me and said, oh no, I think he's right, then you would believe me. Totally missing the point. That means you're still not believing, you're still not trusting your own judgment, which makes me understand how difficult this is going to be. It makes me understand. He's saying, he's still, if somebody else believed you, then I would believe you. I don't want you to believe me. What I want you to do is look at footage of the solar eclipse. If one's coming up in a place near you soon, record it as don't just record it and miss what's happening, because it is. I don't go, oh, what a breathtaking moment often, but I've seen quite a few in my time, because it never gets old. It is breathtaking when it's a nice day and that sun is blocked by the moon. It's fucking awesome. But it's obvious what is happening. There is no delay. It's a light source being blocked in real time. Laser-like precision. Sweet spot, shadow, moon, sun. 4 things in a laser-like precise line. It doesn't matter what anybody tells me, what links you drop me, what experiments you think you've seen or that have been done by the shoulders of giants. I don't believe a word of it, because I understand about the lies and I trust my own judgment. And anything that is not in line with logic and common sense, and so far I have yet to see anywhere, apart from that laser with Simon Dan. Oh, I was wrong about the speed of light. It is finite. That is never going to happen, folks. It's not one thing. It's the lies. All of the lies. Tomorrow morning. Flat, round. What are we on? 25. All right. Tomorrow morning. I keep saying it, but things keep cropping up, like the Phelps and all the absurdities, loads of different things saying gravity is a thing, is a thing, is a thing, is a thing, and people believing it. But anybody who understands what I'm saying with common sense and logic stuff that everybody can verify. If you don't live near the ocean, you must know somebody. If you're really curious and you really want to learn and you're interested, you must have friends who live by the ocean, who fish maybe somewhere. Ask them, what happens when the tide comes up where you live? I guarantee you they will, if they think. So some people don't even think about it because they take it for granted. Trust me, it comes up and goes back the same way. Comes up, can stop for up to an hour, the neap tide, then it goes back. Look, moon, no. Index, boom, boom, slam dunk. Light, it's a little bit more complicated because you've got all of the absurdities, and they are absurdities. They are. Anything that would suggest space comms, to Curiosity, to Ingenuity, to the Voyagers, to Cassini, to the Parker Solar Probe, who actually filmed itself inside a CME, a coronal mass ejection. Solar flare, it was there, inside. White shield, inch and a bit thick, 1 gallon of water and a radiator to keep it cool. That is our Parker Solar Probe. That's all it needs. And it got caught in a solar flare. Boom! No panic. It recorded. There's footage. And it sent that footage back to NASA. And people love it. They love that stuff. I can't. I don't talk about that one much because I come out in hives. Nothing gets to within 5 sun diameters of the sun. Whether it is just here or yonder, nothing gets that close to the sun. Trust me. Nothing. Anyway, not even Icarus. You know, the wings and the melting wax and stuff, I think. All right, look, we're coming up to 30. Folks, stay frosty. Stop believing your TikToks. They're entertaining. They're spreading so much fear and anxiety. I can see it. And you go in the comments and people are fucking freaking out. Oh, I can't believe we're bringing kids into this world. It's like these parasites. And it's BS. And people believe all of this stuff. Oh, this has just happened in China. This has happened in Hong Kong. Oh, this is happening here. Oh, have you seen this? Oh, you're not going to believe. Don't scroll. This is meant for you. It's like all this trash. Folks, if it's big news, ask me. Double check, triple check. Totally different news sources. You can't use TikTok. When we say don't believe mainstream media, that doesn't mean believe mainstream freaking social media platforms either. Find a balance, people. You need to cross-check at least 2 other news sources. And what you'll find is something that's coming up on TikTok. You'll go, search. Not found. Search. 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 And it's not there. What does that mean? Look, I don't mean to be like that, but folks, you have to save yourselves. Trust your own judgment, and that begins with believing what you can see. There's a light delay. Look at the solar eclipse. See that light delay? No. Explain it a bit better, please. Well, it is there. No, I trust my own judgment. Light is absolute. There is no delay. Seriously. All right, folks, we are on 29:54 in the morning.